What's going on, y'all? Just want to show you guys what my setup currently looks like. I got right now, I have a 15-inch MacBook Pro. It's a 2010. I maxed it out with 8 gigs of RAM. That's all this bad boy could take. And I put a terabyte hard drive in it. It's actually a SSD drive. With a SSD, well, it's not an SSD drive, my bad. I wish. It's a SSHD drive. A regular disk drive, is, of course, spins or whatever. What this actually has is this has like 30 megabytes of cache. So it kind of remembers your routine and what applications you use the most, and it makes it quicker. So yeah, I got a terabyte hard drive in this bad boy. I'm currently running Serato at 2.5, Technique 1200 MK5s, which are cool. Got some stickers on them, to personalize them. Regular black Serato vinyl because they last longer. They're a little bit heavier though. Slip mats using butter rugs. Good old butter rugs. Can't go wrong with them 20 bucks Guitar Center. A Rain 57 SL. I love this bad boy. It's been through some hell already, and it hasn't let me down. Knock on wood, it doesn't. And then yeah, on the other side, and then currently I got those M447 needles. So yeah, I can't really. It's a simple setup. You actually see like a lot of cats using them. Oh, and the shouts out to my homie Jerry, aka Bomb Beats, hooked me up with these bad boys for my birthday actually. So I got the Technique um, RPD H1200 headphones, which are dope. Before I was using like some Sony headphones that I gotta give away. I gotta give them to somebody. I mean, help them out or whatever. Now to basically see how I organize my category or my crates. As you can see, Club Hits is the crate I use the most. It's basically everything you need for the club and whatnot. Everything you need. Yeah, I got some pink files in there. I've actually been trying to clean it out or analyzing some newer stuff. I gotta get rid of some those pink files for sure. Get rid of your pink files, guys. I got like three I gotta get rid of. So yeah, and dance music, of course, is house. Anything that really deals with house. I haven't really gone through this. Um, Not because I'm not a house head. I'm a huge house head, but just because it's just like a random folder, to be honest, that I just made. Latin breaks is everything that you need. I was actually going through some of these songs earlier. Everything from banda cumbia. I don't keep a lot of that on my actual computer in my crates just because the clubs I do is mostly just a little bit of Spanish, not a lot. When I plug in my externals, when all my banda merengue cumbia crates show up, I usually use my external mostly for mobile gigs. Drops, I just keep these on the side, and whenever I want to switch them off. Sexy Amigos is actually I did an event called it was called Friends. Shouts out to the homie Yo Isaac for booking me and my boys. And I don't know, I just like to name my crates different stuff, I guess. So instead of Friends, I named it Sexy Amigos. And this was basically, some of the tracks that we played that night. And transitions, of course, transitions. Um, I mean, groove is a bunch of old school stuff. So like a bunch of Madonna and like the Police and a bunch of shit like that. So I definitely do use this folder though, because I definitely like to throw in some throwbacks and change up the vibe sometimes. Give the crowd a different feel. Mac Murda. The reason I named it that is because I guess you could say I have a couple alter egos when I'm mixing, and what it is when I start killing it, I like to call myself instead of Andy Mac, I call myself Andy Mac Murda because I'm murdering the dance floor. So Mac Murda is a bunch of just like dope shit, like old shit I think is dope, like a bunch of dope house, a bunch of dope like club bangers and stuff like that. So I definitely do use that folder, even though it is more like hard, like more like real housey stuff. And a lot of the clubs I do, um, you know, they don't really like too much of that. You know what I mean? So I definitely got like some hip hop mixes in there and things like that. Some of that twerk stuff. And then club vids is of course videos. As you can see, I got some sub crates in this bad boy. Just transition vids and CK vids. CK vids is club killer vids. It's also mixed with mix show tool vids. Even though I do prefer club killer vids just because they seem like they're clear and whatnot. Funky monkey is just funky house, straight up, just funky stuff. Hip hop is just it's not just like my hip hop folder is like old school hip hop. Well, not old school hip hop, but as a lot of you guys would say, like real hip hop. I mean, it's like a bunch of like Tribe Called Quest and like Wu Tang and I mean Rakim and stuff like that. So I've done a bunch of hip hop shows, which is crazy because you don't. I'm not really like a hip hop DJ like that, but you know you got to diversify yourself and you got to be able to play everything whenever it's asked. And then my last one, and one that I do use a lot, is Pellas, which is actually just acapellas. I use this one a lot because I like to use acapellas while I mix to kind of like use to transition between songs or to like make like a live party break. You know what? Let me give you an example. The audio might not be the greatest because I'm running out of this little bad boy, and don't get me wrong, this KRK like it's cool. It's a 5. It's a limited edition white. It's I actually got 2 of them and whatnot, but it really doesn't like bump. You know what I mean? Like it bumps, but it doesn't bump. So I definitely gotta give me a different monitor for that one because I've been abusing the shit out of this one. So on the next clip, I'll load up a couple tracks and I'll show you kind of how I like. I mean, use an acapella transition. You probably seen like a lot of like other DJs do this. If you follow like a lot of the DJs from like Power 106 out there in LA and stuff. But yeah, I'm sure you've probably seen this before, but I like to incorporate this in my mix, and you could probably use this as well. So hold up. This song is going, and then I'm gonna cut in, there's Put Your Drinks in the Air acapella, and then I'm gonna cut this song and then bring in the next song, so kind of hyping it up a little bit. So let me go ahead and play this. Hopefully it's not too loud.
Drinks in the air, it's going down over here. Put your drinks in the air, it's going down over here. Put your drinks in the air, it's going down over here. Put your drinks in the air, it's going down over here. Put your drinks in the air. Put your your body looking amazing when you're dancing.
Now, hopefully you heard what I did right there. Basically what I did was but when this one was going, I just brought in this one with a couple of stabs. Don't mind my scratching. It's not where it needs to be, obviously. But to give you an idea of kind of what I do live, I like to do that because it kind of changes it up, and then it kind of makes it like a live party break. And another thing you could do is you could play around, with your acapella, like when your other song is already about to drop into its, verse or hook. So you could, like hit the cue point and really do something like to make it like a live party break. You could, you know what I mean? Something around there with your cue points, especially if you have the dicers. That way you're not raping the shit out of your keyboard. I've had the dicers shit like twice, and don't get me wrong, I just break shit. That shit just doesn't last with me. So yeah, you could do that. I like to do that. It just changes up the vibe, so change up. Another thing, if you have a 57, I highly recommend you just set up your echo. It makes transitioning a lot easier. And now, if you have a mixer that doesn't have, effects, this is one thing that comes in handy. You can do a manual echo instead of just always fading your shit out. Let me show you how to do a manual echo. It's not the same, but it sounds similar enough, and it's clean. And it's simple to do, so let me show you. Hold up. You gotta learn your keyboard shortcuts. Now, for loops, this comes in handy, trust me, because you might get on somebody else's mixer and that doesn't have the same MIDI controls as you, or say you're used to using MIDI controls. It's always great to learn the keyboard shortcuts. Now, you could buy one of those Serato skins, and that helped me out a lot, because when I took it off, I still remembered where everything was. But basically, to grab a loop, you see how mine sets at half, 1, 2, 3, or not 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 8. Now, 8's going to be option 5, as you can see. Now, watch this. Now, if you go down the list of the numbers, it'll be option 4, option 2, right? So what I usually like to do is and then to release it, you're going to hit, let's see, this bad boy right here. Yeah, that one. My bad. It was this one right here. I'm sick. Remember, I'm like every guy. When you're sick, you're like the biggest bitch ever. That's how I am right now. Well, anyways, so say you're playing a song, right? And you want to echo out of it, but you don't have an echo, and you don't want to use the serato effect. So do this. Bam! There it is. Just hit a 1-bar loop. Using a manual echo, just hit, a 1-bar loop. Just lower it down. Bam! There it is. Manual echo. Sounds clean enough. I know it's a little annoying and like a little like, oh fuck, I wish I just had a button and post fader that bitch. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'll hit you guys up next time. And yeah, y'all have a good one. And you know what I mean, do your thing, man. Let's have a good weekend this weekend. I'm sick as fuck, but please believe me, I'm still gonna be throwing down Friday and Saturday. So you throw down too, man. No excuses. Peace out.